guys. So welcome everyone. Wednesday, the 11th of, what are we in? August? God, it's going fast. Huddle for Soul Tribe. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about all things social media, stories and posts, and just some ideas for you guys around it all. And I've just taken heaps of notes. Actually, I can take that out. So hopefully it'll make some better sense. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about, I mean, most of you guys on here are pretty savvy anyway. I'm just going to have a look at everyone who's here. Gallery, there we go. All right, so one of the first things that we want to look at with our social media and our Facebook or Instagram, whatever you're using, is what if you were a tourist, you're visiting your page and you go for a wander through it, how does it look? And what I'd say is maybe even have a good friend or a sideline buddy is quite a good one. Have a look through your page and just give you a little bit of feedback on it, you know. How does it look? Does it look like it's flowing? Has it got sort of your flavor on it, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, ask a sideline to have a look. Okay, so question for you guys. Who here has done a product or biz post in the last week? If you have done one, put a 1 in the chat. If you haven't done one this week, put a 2 in the chat. Okay. So we're getting a few 2s and 1s. There's no right or wrong answer. In the last 7 days, have you celebrated a team member in stories or post? 3 if you have, or a 4 if you haven't. Okay. Last one. These are top 3 things that we should be doing, or that we're going to talk about tonight. Okay. The last one is, have you done a poll about products, recipe, or an event in the last 7 days? 5 if you have, or a 6 if you haven't. Kieran, you're off the hook anyway. You're exempt. Okay, that's awesome, guys. That's awesome. Yeah, totally. So that's awesome. Thanks for your feedback. That's just gives me an idea of, you know, what I'm working with here and what advice I can give you. Okay, so I'm going to give you some framework for you guys to work with and some social media stuff. And the main thing really to focus on is social media as a tool. It's not about likes and followers, it's a tool. So you're using all of that for another purpose, and that's to grow your business. This is really funny. So you can use it as a tool to waste time, or a tool to create conversations and impact. And that's the goal for you guys tonight, is to feel competent in, you know, what you're doing on Facebook here, you know. So what are you going in there for? You're using it to make connections, and you're using it to create an impact. Realistically, we're not really in there just to waste time, eh, guys? Sometimes maybe in your spare time, but not in your work time. Okay, so here's some tips for you guys around particularly sort of around stories and posting. I was going to keep it to posting and just let Amira do stories, but I know she's got a lot on with her babies tonight. So I'm just going to kind of incorporate both into this. So first of all, I encourage you guys to make an album for your photos and images that can make it easier for you to share, you know. So this is just Juice Plus stuff. This is just stuff that you want to use to engage, create conversations and things online. So this can be photos about things like making smoothies, kids eating gummies, taking caps, just capturing images that are relating to Juice Plus and to your business.
I really found with stories and like with this movie making, they love photos, but interact, like talk to your phone, jump on. Like for me, I still have self-confidence issues. And so I use a Snapchat filter because otherwise I'm not confident talking to my phone and posting it for fucking the whole internet to see. So I jump on Snapchat, I record my story and I post it, but I always speak or I do a little dance or, you know, just get a little more interactive than just that photo I've found. Gets better responses.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, and so just store all those little moments, like Amira's saying, capture. I really like capturing little lives. I think little videos, even if they're just a few seconds, are just way more eye-catching than still photos. Still photos are beautiful, take all them as well. But like Amira said, get little videos, get yourself funky. You know, some people like to do silly dances or whatever loosens you up, you know. It makes you feel like you're just being you in front of the camera. But with your caps, Megan, I've been seeing yours. They're awesome. You know, totally rocking the stories, babe. Seeing that going on. Okay, so yeah, so you're just putting them. The point is put them all in that little folder and just back them up. This is your little storage unit, you know, for rainy days and things. Have mini photo shoots, you know, capture images. When I find a really good filter, I just start taking lots of photos and then I delete the really bad ones and keep a few, and then I don't even do anything. I just save them for later. It's surprising how many times I go into my phone and I'm looking for a selfie and I'm just like, God, I haven't taken anything but puppies in freaking weeks, you know. So yeah, give photos of yourselves. But you know, action, doing things or anything that's relatable. And so yeah, keep them in your folder for days that you don't have your game on, and then you've got a backup. And these are your potential post album or rainy day album. So it might not just be all your memes, it might not be product pictures, it's actually backup folder for rainy days, you know, when you're like, I'm not looking good in my dressing gown to take a photo today, you know. Okay, so here's another biggie. I'm going to set you guys a challenge at the end, so you can just listen for now and I'll give you the challenge at the end. So you're going to run a poll 3 times a week. This is ideal. A simple yes or no one's the best, or this and that. And these are things I've just learned too, guys. So I'm actually going to take a lot of action with this as well. You know, I can see I've heard these things, but I haven't exactly implemented them all. I want to actually see what happens if I take this challenge. 7-day challenge, guys. It's easy. So I find if I just do Juice Plus polls only, like, do you want product? Do you want to try? You know, have you had your caps today? All those kind of things. I just kind of get tumbleweeds. So sometimes I'm just going back to simple things like, you know, are you chocolate or vanilla? You know, are you Vegemite or Marmite or whatever? And just getting them to engage with you. Simple things so they're actually playing your game. You know, are you like rainy days or sunny days? What this does creates connection and conversation. They're going to either comment or love on your post. That's what you want. So also this is to boost your algorithms as well. It's not about making sales. Your stories and things aren't to make an instant sale. This is just to create those longer connections, smash up the algorithms a little bit and create a door in, a knock on the door to go and say hello. Okay, so moving on, another one is capture trainings and share them on stories. And grab like 5, you know, so when you're on a big one, like get on one of Adam's later or something, and when there's like 50 people on the screen, get a screenshot, take photos, And you can put like about, grab about 5 of them and then pick a couple to, make up some polls, some stories. We'll get back into that in a minute. The other one is celebrate other people's wins on your team or your friend's team or your other team's team. It just shows people that actually people do all right in this business, which is true. There's so much misinformation out there about our business that we actually have so much to, reveal and, share with people that that's not actually the reality. There's a super kind of wave against us that's just rubbish, and it's really coming from the larger companies, pharmaceutical companies, whatever, who we actually directly threaten. So yeah, celebrating the wins and things, it's just showing people this is real. So that's, yeah. And also sharing that your family, extended family, friends, your neighbor who popped over and you gave some chews or whatever, get silly, grab a photo of them, tell them it's for your business if you need to, ask them to ham it up if need be, ask them to take them 3 times if need be. That's what the chews are good for. Doesn't have to be a one-shot wonder, so yeah, grab the images where you can. Also, yeah, really important is we can get too caught up in filters, color palettes, music, and tagging or whatever, all that kind of stuff, but the goal is the conversation. So just get the posts out there, get the stories out there. If you're short of time, don't stress and worry and deliberate over what if it matches your color scheme or whatever. Save that for later. Put that in the rainy days folder if it needs more work. Pull up something quick and easy. And then next one really is just living the mission. Really living the mission. So, do your posts. This is just going to get into it a little bit more, but do your posts on Insta and then share them into your stories. Do you guys all know about doing that kind of thing? So just connecting. I don't know if you're just doing Facebook, that's fine, or if you're just doing Insta, that's fine. But and when I first started, everyone was like, it's just too much hard work to have more than one platform. It's just going to drive you crazy. But we've got the technology these days, in the 3 years since I started, to actually just double, triple share wherever you like in one pop. So if you're not on Insta or you're not on Facebook, look at setting yourself up a platform. I personally recommend it because of the fact that we can dual share these days, and because you're just going to widen your market to, I've seen people on Insta who, are in our team and that, and I don't see them on Facebook. And then I look at their profile on Insta, they've got a whole lot going on there. I go to Facebook, there's some on Facebook who aren't on Insta, and I realize they're both having like kind of these separate lives when they could be doing all at once, and then I see some doing both, and I'm like, oh, hello, they're in there, it's just going to give you more audience and more exposure. And also with Insta, there is that thing where you just end up with random people seeing your posts because you hashtag them with something great, and then they'll just follow you anyway because they like something about you. So it's not like Facebook where it's super private and you've got to accept a friend request and stuff like that. I randomly just get followers every day because I'll put up a reel or a story or something, and I've just put hashtags like when you do go into hashtags on Insta, it'll tell you how many million people have used that hashtag, and you want to go for the ones that are in the millions. Use the hashtags in the millions because that means they're getting hit all the time. People are searching with a hashtag to find things like, daily quote or health or love or whatever. Some of those have got I think love has got 1.1 billion, hits. So you can put hashtag love, hashtag my products or whatever, write it into a sentence, but it's just going to get you hits. Hits aren't what we're looking for at the moment, though. We're looking for conversations. So I'll just get back on track. So if you want any help sharing from Facebook to Insta or anything like that, maybe just hit me up later. We'll do another training on it or something, but I don't want to get into that too much tonight. Yeah. okay, so when you're sharing to your posts, you can, this is more about stories, I think, and what we were shown in the training I was looking at was examples of stories to post. So now I'm just going to give you a few examples of things that you can put up there that are really helpful. So when you're doing a little post, maybe it's yourself taking the products or something, you can say something in your story, nice and brief. Just going to work on stories because it's nice brief sentences here that put up a little, maybe you taking your caps, and then this is something like, this has been a must in my daily health routine for 3 years now, or however long it's been. And then you can put, oh, sorry, I'm just going to backtrack. This is if you're sharing, if you're sharing something to a post to Insta or Facebook, this is what I like to do to get the maximum out of it. I put a post on Insta and then I share it to Insta stories and Facebook stories at the same time. And I can even share to a Facebook post as well. And go back and do it again. So once you've done a post on Insta, you can share it to 3 other places. And that's when you've posted from Insta, you'll have a little box come up within your story, and they need to click on it to get the video or the story or whatever. So when you've got your little picture of you, it might be a video that you've linked from your Insta post to your Insta story to your Facebook story. You want to make the story say something like, click on this post. Click on this post to find out why, my daily health routine is now 3 years long, or something like that. So just when you're putting your story into a post, when you're putting your post into a story, make sure that you just put in there, please click on it. Please click on it to see the whole thing. Please click on it to see my story. Or my post, my recent post. Quite often what people do is they'll use stickers with something like new post or click here or, anything like that. So that's just a way of getting, your post everywhere all at once and getting people to interact with it. Does that make sense? Is that okay? Okay, and then yeah, maybe it's been a must for you for 3 months or something. That's okay, but it's just use this as an example for what you can do. The next thing is maybe a question or poll. So this is in your stories, the way to format your stories. First one might be your post that's been sent to your stories. The second one would be a poll, question or poll around something like who wants to get their kids free products for free or something like that. Just ideas. You can break this up with those other polls that are just casual questions or whatever. It just depends what you want to do. This is just in terms of product posts and Juice Plus posts, what you can do with your stories and things. And then you can put pictures of you up with a morning smoothie and why you love it, and just write things around it. Like, for example, this is low GI, this has got 20 whole foods, this is helping me with my hormones, or this is helping me not reach for the naughty snacks, or keeping me on my, no chocolate this week or whatever. Yeah, so just sharing that this is part of your daily routine, and do a little video. This is part of my daily routine, and you don't need to say what it is. You don't even need to name the product or anything. You can just be, I think I did one today. This is my non-negotiable, and that's it. Just took the caps, and that was all. But the thing is, if you're going to do videos and things like that, put your products in the background where they can be seen and shot. So you might be taking the cap, or you might be drinking your smoothie, and to everyone else, it just looks like a milkshake. They've got no idea what's in it. But in the background, maybe have the ingredients and the bench and the blender and everything behind you, and just make sure that just subtly they can maybe see it, or something. So it's just that real subtle sort of product placement. And also, and just on that note, when you're doing stuff, just anything you're doing, be aware of what's in your background. And I talked about this last time I did Huddle? I don't know if it was last week before or whatever. And I was just saying, that we are living the mission, and we are, the Soul Project Vitality Hub, and the programs are what we endorse. So if we want people to be doing them as well, we need to be showing that we're doing them. And doesn't really refer to you guys much, but just oh, sorry, I just missed these questions. I'll just answer them in question. I'll come back in a minute, Megan. I'll come back and just have a look at the questions in a minute. Yeah, be mindful that if we're selling a nutritional program, we want to be mindful about what we're putting in our stories in terms of our day. And for me personally, I'm probably quite a critical person, but if I'm following someone who's selling me a health program, and then I'm seeing them stopping off at McDonald's and kids have got a Coke and all this other kind of stuff, they'll lose me. They'll lose me really fast. It might be good for some people who that's in your circle, and maybe all the people who you want to reach out to, you're taking them from daily McDonald's into once a week or something. Share that then and just say, hey, we're only doing McDonald's once this week instead of every day, but just be mindful about how you're telling your story about your wellness journey. I'm not going to say anyone should or shouldn't do anything, but just be mindful what you want to attract, who you're attracting, and what story you're telling them. I think that's important. I also think it's important to have days where you bomb out. Like last weekend, I made a big effort to post puddings and things that I'd made that were really totally normally off my radar. And I made a big effort to sort of put it out there that I had several puddings and I didn't know which one to make. And I turned it into a poll. Which pudding shall I make? Because I'm going to have a day off, So just, it's got to be authentic to you. That's what I'm saying. So, whatever way you work it, celebrate the good you're doing and then reflect back onto where you've come from. You can use, just whatever's in your environment. And same with, we're a holistic wellness team. So be mindful of pharmaceuticals in the background. Be mindful of what other products you're using, not just what you're eating, but what you're putting on your skin, what you're putting in your body. Like just remember your background tells a story as well. So that's my personal advice there. And everyone knows I'm a health freak, so don't take it too seriously, but it's just my 2 cents worth. Okay, and yeah, if you have the time later, add the bells and whistles and whatever else you like to your videos and stories and get creative, that's all good. Okay, and another one that's quite a good post if you've got kids or anything around you is, or even yourself, is just having a shake, share it, and then comment how great it is that there's 20 whole foods or 20 plus whole foods going into you or your kiddies before the day's even started. You're not saying what it is or anything. You're just saying, this is so awesome. I'm fueling my body. And that's just it's a good post or a good story to put up. And it's a good conversation starter. People will go, what are these 20 whole foods you're having for breakfast? You can post about delivery times, how quick and exciting it is to get your goodies so quickly and so easily, that it's shipped from New Zealand. You don't have to wait for international shipping. You don't have to worry about containers or anything out in the water. And do an unboxing live, and celebrate when your parcel turns up. Video the courier if you can catch him. And take pictures of it for your stories. Yeah. So the other thing, back to the program, using the program and just record or picture yourself making things from our program, using the recipes, or maybe doing some of the yoga or whatever, mindfulness, but the recipes are more attractive to people. People generally more hits on food than just about anything else on social media. People love food, they love recipes, they love learning how to make something new. And so you can put a post up there with, what you're making. don't give away the recipe, ask them if they want it. And that's quite good for a poll or a story as well. You know, poll in your stories is just say who wants the recipe. Yes, please, or okay. Never put a negative in your polls. It's always yes or yes somehow, but just reword it. And also, we're not saying to do all of these all of the time, but just one of these every 24 hours is fine into your story. So don't jam all of these together in one big story. Just use it in amongst your day, how you're feeling, you know, what's your plans, and did you have breakfast? Yes, I did. You could also, maybe you're sitting in the traffic and it's getting stressful and you're like, man, I'm so glad I've got my de-stressors in my bag. Might take, you know, take a chew now and just chill my little blood sugars down or something, you know, whatever it is. Also, you can talk about the next conference coming up or something like that. You know, can't wait to attend the next conference. Hope it's live so we can hit Aussie this time. You know, I've got people I'd love to catch up with over there or something. So it's just creating that curiosity around us as a bigger team. And the fact that we are a team and the fact that we do wonderful things together and we do travel and, you know, this is like exciting. We have so much fun there. So you can use images from other people's, you know, times there or whatever and just say, this is where I want to go if you haven't been there before. Can't wait to join these ladies or just whatever. Just, it's a good thing to share about. I've got quite a bit here, so I better hurry up. Showing and highlighting that you are on trainings, screenshots or computer screen, you know, so the whole screen, like I've actually pulled out my laptop tonight. I usually do things on my phone, but I thought, you know, if I want to get an actual shot of us all, I need it up on the laptop so I can get gallery view. So I want to see everybody and take a photo. And also, yeah, so just sharing with people that this is us interacting and we're learning new skills. So yes, we do trainings. You can ask who wants the link in your polls to come to an event or training with you, usually an event if they are, you know, not a team person. So the other thing that you can do once, if somebody says, yes, I'd love to come or I'd love to see one, you don't have to invite them to the next one. Send them last week's or send them your favorite one. They won't know and it doesn't matter. You can always, you know, go for ones that you're actually in. That'd be helpful. But, you know, if they just want to see what it is you're up to, you can send them anything. They've just said, yes, please send me something. So yeah, send a shareable event. Talking about the business, some of us aren't really sharing about the business, or we're not sharing that people can join it. So you can say to people, you know, you can put a post up and say, if you're scrolling and you're seeing this, then you've got time for a side gig. Put a poll up if it's a story. Talk about the customer referral program in your stories. Did you know that we actually have, you know, discounts if you want to be a preferred customer? Be one of our special VIP customers, get a little discount. Think about how you can weave these into your stories. Celebrating wins, how to celebrate people's wins if they aren't under me. So they don't have to be your team. That's the point. You can celebrate anybody's wins, and I covered that before, but it's okay to celebrate your sideline buddies' successes and just comment how awesome to see our girls are on fire or something similar like that. So good to see these girls smashing their goals. So good to see this mama who had nothing. Now she's out shopping. Look at that, you know, just create some FOMO. It doesn't have to be your experience. So I often post about people succeeding me. You know, I'm really happy to share with people that this business, I'll write actually a good post about how wonderful it is to be in a business where I want to see people succeed me. You know, every teacher wants their students to succeed them too. It means you're a good teacher. So, and also how important it is in this biz to see that we all grow at different times and that it's great to be able to cheer on another team as opposed to climbing the corporate ladder, etc., or however it relates to you and your past work experiences. How does this experience differ from what you're experiencing in your day job or your past day job, or your experience of it. And you can say things, oh my gosh, how exciting, congratulations to Rachel. Celebrate yourself and your own wins as well. Anything, even if you've just remembered to I don't know, put your next order in or something like that. Celebrate. Say, I'm really happy that I can actually just keep doing this. Must be the money that I'm bringing in. I mean, me personally, all my products paid for every month. That's all I wanted to start with. That's enough to write an awesome post about. Who here's pretty much getting their product paid for? You'll get there. If you're not, you'll get there. But these are tools that help, is even just sharing somebody else's win. That's good to see, someone like Rachel, for instance. She actually she's been here nearly 3 years as well. She has turned up so much, but for her, getting customers is a struggle at the moment, so we're working on it. But she's still really happy to share that, she's actually managed to get her products paid for. She's actually managed to get a bonus. She's not a quitter. That's really important. That's awesome. And also celebrating your clients. So celebrating that you've got a customer, or celebrate that they've jumped on and how excited you are. If you get an awesome message from a client, sharing how they're feeling on the program, you can share it. You don't have to share their name. You can perhaps say something like, oh my gosh, more awesome client feedback, or another awesome success story. These are some examples. And you can tag the people or pop in their name on the post if you know that they won't mind. So you don't have to share just your own journey. You can share other people's journeys as well. So yeah, we can't have conversations if we don't create some talking points. And also, I really believe in getting in and then out again. So that's important. If you want your time to be efficient and effective, get in and do your business. Be really clear and determined about what your goal is, what you want to get done in your business while you're online. And then if you want to go back and play and scroll later, make that separate time. So that, and linking into that, we're really big on being present with our families. And that's something that we really, promote with our business. I think it's really important that we live the mission. Working online is about a holistic approach to work and family, and that means balance of all the good things in your life. So it's also quite good if people see that you're not actually on social media all the time. Note to myself. Also, here's a goodie. People don't remember posts that you've done a few months ago. So go back and recycle, use them as an inspiration, add a little extra info, change up the pics, but you can pretty much use anything from 4 months back as a complete duplicate, bring it forward again. I go back 3 years now, so I can go back quite a long way and just grab an old post, revamp it a little, and just chuck it up there. And that's much, much quicker than writing a whole new post. And also, and with that, does everyone know how to get into the story archives? Does everyone know how to find archives? Because that makes putting stories up really quick and easy. Okay, so when you're in your Facebook profile, go to your profile, your page, and you're going to see 3 little dots next to your name. I'm just going to go into my phone and make sure that I'm putting you on the right track as I go. So go into your menu, click on your name's up there. Next to it's edit profile, and there's a little box next to it with 3 dots. Click on your 3 dots, and you'll see second one down is archive. You're there. And then at the top left corner is story archive. So you've actually got, you can click on that and you can see it's just unlimited. Can you all see that? Unlimited stories. So you can just, I go back sometimes just about a year or so and I find a nice little sequence, the only thing that I'll say about this is remember the date you've gone to, because when you go back to get your next story, it's going to make you start from the top. So if you've got a sequence of stories in your archives that you want, just take a note of the date. So when you're scrolling down to find it, you can go, right, 30th of July, that's the one I want. Boom, go to that. Does that make sense? Okay. The other thing is do tidy ups on your page. So go back down through your feed and just delete any rubbish that you don't need anymore, old giveaways, old shake deals, anything like that that just makes your page look a bit scrappy and spammy. Just get rid of all that crap. You don't need it anymore. It's dated. It's done. The deal's over. So Megan, I was just saying, if you go back through your profile and just clean up anything that that looks like it doesn't need to be there anymore. Now we finish at 8:30, don't we? So I'm just aware. I'll just go back through the questions here. Whole on story only 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Megan, just looking at Angel's Facebook. Realize I need to be doing that. Celebrate our teams. Yep. Can I just record on my phone? First post wherever. Yes, you can record on your phone. If you're recording events or whatever, you can just use your phone to record. That's okay. It's just that if you've got it on your laptop, then you can see everybody. You could do a screen record though. You could do a hashtagging. If you use hashtags in a post on Facebook, does it go public if your profile is public? Yep, should go public. Should be anyone that searches any hashtag, actually universally, like even if they Google hashtag into Google, it'll pick up all kinds all over the place.
The record message that I wrote about the phone, that was opposed to recording it through Snapchat and sending it elsewhere.
Oh, okay. Say that again, sorry. So what do you need to know?
I believe you said that you record through Snapchat and then send one or two other places all at once.
Yeah.
However, can I just record on my phone and then post wherever and hope, maybe one or two or all three at once?
Yes. Yeah, no, I just use Snapchat because it's got some funky filters. That's all. It seems to have the most filters and the most fun. So I like to capture my video there and then I take it over to Instagram. Reels actually is really fun if you haven't had a play with them, but stories or posts there, you just get more effects also on Insta than you do on Facebook. So the reason a lot of people use Insta is because it's just more creative and arty. But if you want to go even a step further and you're wondering where are these people getting these mad filters from, go to Snapchat. So a lot of us are just using all three.
Okay.
And
I don't even have Snapchat.
you just it's just an app.
Yeah, I know. I don't even have it, but I'll have to. I guess I'll have to.
I have Snapchat just for Hazel, who's Tammy's daughter, and Sheena, who's also on our team, because I watch them on their Snapchat, and also because when I take my capsules, the filters on there just tend to be way better than what they are on Facebook.
Yeah, but
honestly, I don't even use the account for anybody else. I'll occasionally look at other people's things, but I'll just use it literally because you can do, and I think the videos go for a little bit longer on Snapchat as well than what they do on Facebook, and you can go on there and you can pick out, they've got gazillions more filters.
Yeah.
And then you just save them to your phone.
We've nearly run out of time, so I'm just going to whiz through the last little bit. Because what I want you to do with all these stories and polls and things that you're doing is, okay, so now you got to bring it to life, right? So the reason that we do all this work is to create conversation points. So now we need to connect with them. Okay, you've got your polls up, you've got your stories up, you're getting a little bit of interaction with people. So now you need to bring it to life. People who have loved or commented on your posts or stories are engaging with you. So now is your chance to message them privately and ask them, the questions. And so I've got a couple of examples here. You guys have probably heard them before, but I'm going to give them to you again. You want to reach out to anyone who has loved or commented on your stories. The challenge actually says anyone who's seen them. That's up to you. Send them a little message. Thanks so much, Megan, for your comment or love on my post. I'm curious if you're just being supportive or would you like some more info on what I do? Another one, so great to see your name popping up on my stories, posts lately. How have you been? I'm curious, are you just being supportive or would you like some more info on what I do? Just simple. It doesn't matter if it was a post about your kids, product, and outing, it doesn't matter. They've engaged with you, they like your stuff. You know, you can reach out. You're going through this list of people who show up for you to try and see who you haven't connected with recently. So you're looking at, you know, all these people. You don't need to message team. You don't need to message your customers. It's the people you haven't connected with lately. So you're using this as a screening process to bring them forward. In your stories, you'll see these 3 little dots by their name. Tap on that and you can message them from there. You can copy and paste your verbiage, change the name, of course, and then send, and then you can click the next 3 dots, same again on your stories, goes straight into Messenger there. If they say they're just being supportive, thank them and tell them how much you appreciate them and ask them what's new in their life. So it's just an opportunity to create a conversation, because guess what? Then they're going to see your posts anyway. It doesn't matter if they say they're only supporting you. If you don't ask, you won't know. Some people will come to you and some won't. So, you know, not everyone's going to ask you for your products, but some might just watch and sit on the fence. Okay, so this is the challenge. This is your social media mission if you choose to accept it for the next 7 days. 1, share you and the family taking your products daily for your stories and posts. I've just seen your messages, Kieran and Rachel. Cute. Number 2, ready for number 2? Do 3 polls in your stories. 1 biz, 1 product, and 1 event invite. 1 biz poll, 1 product poll, and 1 event invite poll. So that's just over the next 7 days. Doesn't have to be every day. Number 3, engage and message every person who is viewing your story or post using a template or verbiage that we just shared. Number 4, if you need me to go back over any, I can at the end. Number 4, celebrate the community and the team that you're a part of. Celebrate the community, your team, and your customers' orders or their wins, their health wins or something in your posts and stories. Okay, and just watch what happens. Does anyone need me to repeat any of them? Good. Megan? You good? No, struggling to keep up. Okay. Where will I find recording once it's been uploaded? Oh, it'll be through by tomorrow morning. Tanya will put it back up.
Tammy, maybe with these, with the verbiage that you've got in here, and even with this challenge, maybe it's worth putting it in one of the team chats so that anyone else, because I know quite a lot of our team aren't here tonight, so just everyone has access to it.
Yeah.
If you've got a copy of all that verbiage, because it just means that like we've all got a space that we can then go and write it down. I know for me personally, I have all my verbiage sitting on my notes, so I literally just grab the one I want and then I go copy and paste.
What I'll do is once she's put this video up, I'll put this underneath it.
Yeah.
So that it directly correlates to the actual event. If I just chuck it in the chat now, people won't know what we're on about. But if
if it's just somewhere that people can access it, just that way, so anyone who's missed it and wants to do this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will want to do this. Also,
what I can do is I can copy and share this through to you guys as well. Just I'll message it to you guys. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to make all these cool stories and not use them as a tool to connect. Also, last thing, we're pretty much at our time. If you have a poll that's working for you, share it into our team chat or our post ideas groups chats, because we are a team. We learn from each other. Share your winning posts and show the newer members how this biz works. Remember that the only way to crush the stigma around this biz, or to show that we can all be successful and that we can all raise each other up, is to actually have everybody win. We want people to walk away feeling really, that this is an awesome thing. Yeah, so that's all my notes. That's my everything for tonight, guys. So hang on, I'm just going to press, how do I end record? Pause, stop recording. Boom.